Hey guys, how's it going? So I've just been into work, and whilst I was in work, I got chatting to a colleague, and one of the things that came up was relationships, and one of the relationships that she'd had with a previous partner who used to live at home with his mum, and there was a little bit of negativity there. One of the comments that she made was, with regard to her own security, having her own house, supporting her own herself, and then in relationship to the chap that she was dating, he wasn't obviously supporting. He was supporting himself with a job, but he was still living at home with his mum, and so it's a little bit of a negative connotation there, and kind of struck a nerve with me, I guess. And I know it wasn't a personal dig, and she mentioned as much and said, "Look, I know you still live at home with your parents. It's not a personal dig at you, but it kind of triggered something off in me because about my past feelings, and still, to a degree, they're still kind of quite current, which I hadn't. I kind of knew there was stuff still going on, but I hadn't really bargained for. Um, and it brought up those old feelings, and you know how I felt about myself. Um, and I haven't, as a result of this situation where I've been at home, living with my parents, it's been one of the things that has really been a kind of a mallet to beat myself over the head with, and wound my self worth with, um, and feel really kind of down as a result of it. It was a big reason why, a big component in the reason that I didn't go out, and I haven't had a relationship for probably about 13 years now, and it's because I felt that sense of shame, and it was an injury to my pride. Um, and there were lots of other things, but to go with that, obviously, when living at home with your parents and stuff. I mean, I know that not everybody suffers with the same issues that I did. Maybe not everybody's got that level of sensitivity or drive or want for independence, and those are all things that I had. I wanted that drive, had that drive. I wanted independence. I wanted to be successful in my life, and at that particular time, none of that opportunity was available to me. And then when you add the fact that I'd been traveling, I looked after myself, I had the one of the best experiences of my life, and then I come back, and it all kind of just collapses and falls down, and I end up back in, not back necessarily, but in a really low situation where, everything's starting to fail. Um, so on that side of things, it's been tough for me, in that way. I've felt, very kind of down about that situation in the past, definitely. And I mean, but what I've learned from the situation is that is to and especially since I've become an entrepreneur, is that I had to learn to look at my situation differently and treat it as a launch board, and look at all the positives. Yeah, I might be 40 years old and I might not have achieved what I've wanted to achieve yet. But I have a stable home. I have a place to live. I have my own room. Um, I'm effectively, in a sense, renting off my parents. I have a lot of good knowledge about many different things, and of course, I have the opportunity to start my own business, to actually make a better living than I ever would have been able to if I'd trained and stayed in a normal job. So what I want to say is that just because you're still at home with your parents, in your 30s or maybe even in your 40s, it doesn't mean that you don't have an opportunity to make a life for yourself. There's always an opportunity to do that for yourself. So never give up. Take it easy, guys, and I'll speak to you very soon.